Content Development, Suven Consultants and Technology Private Limited. Mr. Rocky Jagtiani has 20 years of experience in EdTech sector of training. He is an industry mentor on data science to Sardar Patel Institute of Technology, Andheri, database and data analytics trainer to RTI CAG, expert faculty at Upgrade for Database and ML, and corporate trainer for Accenture, EY, and Morgan Stanley. By profession, he is excellent technology trainer technologies using Python. As a as a passion, he loves to analyze IT job requirements of client companies and source people with most relevant skill sets. This helps both the company and the deserving candidates. He is registered as a freelancer trainer with L&D departments of 17 MNCs in India. His major certifications are Java and Database Oracle certifications, Kaggle certified in Python, Pandas, ML and NLP, HackerRank certified in competitive programming in Java and Python. Rocky sir will be taking our hands-on session for the next few days. I welcome you, sir, to the faculty development program, and I hand it over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And on the behalf of the entire team at Samusudik, we apologize for the inconvenience caused because of the WebEx. Right. So, friends, I hope my voice is clear. I'm going to share my screen. Please acknowledge me a yes on the chat. Friends, please acknowledge me a yes on the chat. Is the screen visible and is the voice clear? Right. So let me now begin with the session. Friends, you would have been given the first collab notebook of the very first session. In case if anybody has not got the collab notebook, the backend team will share with you. And if not, I would also share it with you right now. Okay, so a lot of people have acknowledged that the screen is visible and the voice is audible. Very good. Great. So friends, I've shared the first collab notebook. Please have a look. I've shared the first collab notebook which we're going to do today. The only trouble I'm going to have in Google Meet is that if people go on joining late, they will go on. I'll have to admit them. So that is going to be only disturbance for us for today. WebEx is far better in that terms. Okay, so friends, I have shared this collab notebook. Please, the link was also possibly shared on the Moodle from the backend team of Sabaswati. So let's now begin with the session. Now, friends, I'm sure you have learned in the morning certain theoretical aspect of Python. Of course, whatever you learn in 3 hours of the theoretical part is not easy to cover up everything or every bit and piece of thing in the 2 hours of practical, but I will try my level best to cover almost all. Right. So if I look at when I have to go ahead with Python or for any language, first thing we have to do is we have to declare variables. And variables in any language are called as identifiers. And friends, when you define identifiers, every language has its own set of rules for defining the identifiers. As regards to Python, you can define any variable having upper and lower case characters and underscore, or also having the digits 0 to 9. Like all of the languages, Python does not allow any punctuation characters. No punctuation and no special characters allowed. In Python, anything written in uppercase, for example, Suven S-U-V-E-N with S capital and Suven with S small, they're two different things. So Python, in terms of where you declare variables in Python, it is case sensitive. Let's have a close look. Friends, the collab notebook which is given to you, the objective is that you're going to execute along with me. So you can see that my screen is having two parts. 80% of the part is showing you the collab notebook, in which, okay, so uh, only if you wish to come to audio and only if I give the turn, then only please come to the audio so that, uh, so that the discipline is maintained in the session. Please cooperate on that. Right. Now, if I look at writing a very simple piece of code, and I start with this simple piece of code in Python, this teaches me two things. First, that there is a way I can check some condition in Python, where my condition checking goes as, if my this condition 1 is equal to 2, which all of us know that 1 is not equal to 2. So obviously this condition is going to go false. And because this condition is going to go false and it has gone false, I'll go to the else part and I'll run the else part. So if I run this cell, how do I run a cell? You would see that in your collab notebook, if you hover over a particular cell, you will see a symbol, a run symbol. Just click that. You will notice the cell is going to run. And this collab notebook is made by our entire team at Samoscidic for all of you, for all the learners at the FDP program. So this is your property. You can use it for your learning. So what you should do is that you should go to the section called File, click on File, and say there is an option called Save a Copy and Drive. Please click this. So please go to File and click Save a Copy and Drive so that this collab notebook gets saved on your drive. If it gets saved on your drive, it becomes your property. So please kindly do that. Please save it to your drive. I'll hold on. Yeah, so the backend team would please look at the chat messages. Lubna, please look at the chat messages and you may have to reshare the links as and when people are asking. Okay, so friends, give me a quick acknowledgement. How many people have ran the very first cell and saved their collab notebook to their drive? Say me yes. Say me a yes or a done on the chat. Okay, right. So what I have asked you right now is, this is the very first program of Python which we are running, in which we are trying to check an if-else condition. And before running this collab notebook, I have requested everyone who people have joined in late. So my friend Chintamani is uh, wondering what has to be done. So first thing, this entire collab notebook, you have to first save it to your drive. So please go to the section called File and click Save a Copy in Drive. So it gets saved in your drive. Otherwise, what is going to happen? You will be running my copy. So whatever changes you're making is going to affect my copy, or whatever changes I make is going to affect your copy. So please don't do that. So just go to File, Save a Copy in Drive so that it becomes your copy. Okay. Right. Now, I'm moving one step further. In Python, if I were to go ahead making multiple statements, how will I do that? So supposedly, if I want to have multiple variables to be declared in one go, so you can declare variables, let's say A, B, and C is equal to all the best. Here, Python does one-on-one mapping. So the first value all will get assigned to the first variable. The second will get assigned to the second variable, so on and so forth. Let me put it this way. What if I put another variable over here, like all the best FDP participants? So if I say all the best FDP participants, now please notice that there are three variables, all the best, which are getting assigned to these three variables. And where does FDP participants go? Let's see what happens. I get a value error. And this value error indicates to me, it's very important to know these errors. Because if you know when and what error comes, it will be easy for you to debug your code. You get a value error which says too many values to unpack. Now, how does the word pack and unpack come all of a sudden here? What kind of packaging we're talking about? Okay, so now let's understand how Python works. When you do variable declarations in Python, what exactly happens is all these variables on the right side actually get zipped, or you can imagine that they're put into a bag. Imagine that there is a carry bag in your hand and you want to transfer all these four goods from one place A to another place B. So what happens is all these goods are kept into a bag and then they're delivered onto the left hand side. Imagine this. Okay. So in this situation, when I pack all these things into a bag and when I reach to this particular place and I start unpacking. So when I start unpacking, I'm going to unpack hello into this. I'm going to unpack the into this and best into this. Where will I unpack FDP participants? So obviously I have no way to unpack FDP participants, right? Therefore, you will be getting a value error. That is, the there are too many values to unpack. So we have to be very careful that when we're doing multiple variable assignments, there should be equal number of players on the left and equal number of players on the right. That is the first thing. Second, supposedly, supposedly I want to uh, print all these variables, variable 1, 2, and 3. Naturally and normally I would have done this. No? If I want to concat these variables, I would have done total is equal to bar1 plus symbol is doing the work of concatenation here. And let's say I'm concating to it, let's say hi all. Okay, so all and hi all. So I would just forgive or remove this data from here and see. So what I'm getting? I'm getting all is a word to which I'm concated hi all. But imagine that if I do this concatenation and I put this in the next line, my intention is the same, no? That to the variable 1, I would like to concat hi all. My intention is same. See what happens. So you get type error. Why do you get a type error? Because Python doesn't allow you to break a single statement. It's a very well-known saying that Python is an interpreted language. It's not a compiled language, it's an interpreted language. See, when you say something is an interpreted language, that means it goes and interprets it line by line. Imagine Python is a boy or a girl in front of you. So he's going to pick up every line and is going to interpret that line individually. Now, because he's going to interpret every line individually, so obviously breaking the line is not allowed. Your line has to be one continuous structure. If you wish to break the line, because the line is too huge, let's say there is a huge mathematical equation here. So you can't continue the next equation on the same line. It will reduce the readability. Then what will you do? Then you can break the Python statement, but you have to inform the interpreter. And to inform the interpreter, you put a backslash. So this backslash is not a very dummy symbol. This backslash is an information to the interpreter that I have broken the line and I'm going on to the next line for the next execution. So now the interpreter actually understands the line is broken. He goes to the next. Again, he sees there is a broken. He goes to the next. So that's the reason if you want to break a line in Python, you have to use a backslash symbol. Okay, and this will work perfectly, as you could see. Okay, so two important concepts which you've just now seen. First concept, when I'm doing for any decision making work, I would use if else statements, and to print something I'm going to use print. The second concept which you have learned is you can do multiple variable declaration in one single statement. If you plan to break any statement, then you should be using the backslash symbol in Python. Great. Now let's have a look at this very simple thing. How do we go about declaring strings in Python? There are many ways. First is that you could use single quotes. Second is you could use double quotes. Third, if your string or your statement is not a single statement, it's not a single line statement, it's a paragraph, which is over multiple lines. Please notice in this paragraph, I've not used a backslash here. Although there is a break in the paragraph, right? Yeah, I have not used backslash because I have used triple quotes. So if you use triple quotes in Python, you can actually write an entire essay or entire paragraph on separate lines, but it will be considered as one single line and be assigned to the variable paragraph. To have a look at this. So if you notice over here, I have this is a paragraph. It is, see, it has come on one single line. See this. And the next line matter comes over here. So as many lines you go on splitting here. For example, let's say multiple lines and sentences. So I have right now what I have done is, if you notice, I have kept in triple quotes some sentence which is going over, spanning over 4 or 5 lines. Exactly whatever you do here, the enter key which I have pressed here will also come in the output. See, when I want to go to the next line, obviously I press an enter key here to go to the next line. So every enter key is also getting trapped in that triple quote symbol. Therefore, you notice that all the outputs are coming on separate lines. Okay, so you learn of how you can manage or print strings. You can print strings in single quotes, you can print string in double quotes, and you can print multi-line string in triple quotes. If you don't put a triple quote, suppose you say नहीं मुझे triple quote use नहीं करना, ठीक है, then obviously the next step is going to be that you would possibly use either a double quote or a single quote, isn't it? That's very natural, no? That's what you're going to do. In this situation, please notice you can notice there is an error because of the color code itself. Here, the color code is coming in red. Why all this has become black? Something is going on somewhere. Let's see. See, you're getting syntax error. End of line while scanning the string retrieve. Python as an interpreter was expecting that if the double quote symbol has started here, the double quote symbol should have ended here, but it didn't end. It didn't find an end. It didn't find a double quote ending here. Something has gone wrong. Exactly. So maybe that old idea of ours of using backslashes could help. I don't know. Let's try it. Seems is helping because moment I'm putting the backslash, the interpreter is getting the signal that this line is not ended here. Don't expect a double quote closing. Please go on to the next line. Again, here I give him the signal, go to the next line, and so on and so forth. Now, if I run this code, it ran. It ran, but please notice everything which you have kept there came on the single line. Exactly. See, the funda is very simple. Backslash will only give an indication that this line continues. But if you want that the output should be such a way that it should actually contain the enter key also which you type here, that means as it is whatever you type, then you have to use triple quotes. Okay, so I hope you are very clear with triple quotes and with double quotes. Let's look at the next small part of Python. Uh, if I want to accept an input in Python, okay, so let's see that instead of asking how old are you, so I will put the question as, are you coding along with me? So are you coding along with me is my print statement. Now you will notice one out of the blue moon new thing, that why I've used this end. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me not use it. Okay, let me not use it. I'm just putting a very simple print statement. Okay, are you coding along with me? And your answer is going to come. So I'm going to accept your answer by the input function. See how the input function works. Let's see. Are you coding with me? And my answer could be either yes or no. Please notice two things. First thing which you'll notice, this are you coding along with me is coming on the first line, and the box which was supposed to accept my answer is coming on the second line. Okay, now end is equal to, I'm putting end is equal to, by default every print statement ends with actually a backslash n. That is the reason. So suppose if I put a end equal to backslash n, see the working of this code. This will be ditto same as the previous one. Now notice what happened exactly. Are you coding along with me? And you see the option which is coming above you. Okay, let me say no. Okay, and so if you notice once again, leaving the box where it was coming, if you look at the way the output has come now, the question came here and the option is coming one line below. If I remove this, remove the backslash n, and if I just put end, then this means that whatever output the print statement prints, I'm going to enter to the single space. And your question is going to be asked immediately after your option is going to be asked immediately after the question. Have a look. Now it's not coming here because of lack of space. But if you probably run it in the normal text prompt, I'll show you on the command prompt also. Now see carefully where the word yes has come. I understand the box came down, but see where the word yes has come. The word yes is coming immediately beside the question. Okay, right? So tell me now how many people in the next 30 seconds are going to execute this print statement with two options of end. One is without end, remove the end equal to double quotes, and other is with the end option. Yes, friends, I'm waiting for your acknowledgement on the chat. How many people have executed the code without the end and with the end, both the options? Same. Rutuja says done, very good. Shuklaji says done, very nice. Dattare done, good. Datta Pushpa says done, good. Good, good. Okay, right. Shintamani also says done. Very nice. Okay, now everyone, please scroll in your Collab notebook a bit and please come to the topic called Python data types. Please come to the topic Python data types. Okay, Archana, it seems Dr. Pushpa has reshared the link for you. Okay, so friends, when it comes to Python, we have broadly the following data types called numbers, string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Now, this is our main focus for today. We have to get a good grip on programming of all of this. But before I jump into this, I like to highlight the syntactical. That means how you identify by look and feel. If you just see something, how should we be able to identify the difference between them? Let me look at this way. The data structures called list, tuple, set, and dictionary. All are collections. That means you hold one or more data into it. If anything in Python is, which is a collection, let's say you put a collection of numbers. Example, I put names of all the participants of this FDP program. Or I make a list of marks of the test which is held after the practical session over here. So whenever you make a list of marks, list of participants, or maybe list of addresses, so you indicate it by square brackets. So anytime you hold a data set or a collection in square brackets, I call it as a list. This is called as a list. List has a beauty that you can update any element, you can edit any element of the list of your choice. And all the elements of the list are indexed. They go like 0, 1, 2, so on and so forth up till n minus 1. Imagine there are 100 elements in the list, so it goes from 0 to 99. If the same list of elements are supposedly stored as a tuple, then the difference is Instead of the outer square brackets, we are going to have normal parentheses. These are called normal brackets, right? So we are going to put all the elements here. The beauty of, or the speciality of tuple is you cannot edit or update any element of your choice. You cannot update or edit. Whatever elements in a tuple are will remain there and there itself. You cannot update any element. You can definitely add new elements. You can append, you can add more elements, no doubt about it. But you cannot update whatever is there. Okay, that is a characteristic of the tuple. So this is the story of list and tuple. Now let us look at how does a list, sorry, how does a set and a dictionary look like? Whenever you hold data in a pair of brace brackets, and mathematically, if something is a set, it cannot hold duplicates. So if I say that I have data like 1, 2, 3, comma 3, this is impossible. It's not possible. Why? Because the symbol which you're using here is a set. And set cannot hold duplicate data. Even if you put duplicate data in a set, it is going to filter out the duplicates. And it's only going to keep one unique set of data. Okay. So the set as a mathematical definition goes, even in mathematics, set cannot hold duplicates. Same applies to Python also. This very same symbol of brace bracket can be used for holding a dictionary. A dictionary is nothing but a collection or a combination of the key value pair. So whenever you have anything as a key value pair, you hold it as a dictionary. So a dictionary is nothing but a collection of key value pairs. This is a key, colon, this is a value. This is a key, colon, this is a value. The keys have to be unique. No keys can be repeated. Keys have to be unique. Values can be duplicated, no problem. Example, let's say this key is, let's say this key is the employee number in your company. So it can't be duplicated, no? It has to be unique. But there are two employees in your office or in your company having the same name. Example, the employee number 12, name of the employee is couple, and employee number 23, his name is also couple. Possible, it is possible. So two or more employees can have the same name, but employee numbers have to be unique. So key is always unique. Okay? So with this note that list, tuple, set, and dictionary are all collection. List updations allowed, tuple updations not allowed. Set will only hold unique elements. It will not tolerate, it will not hold duplicates. And as regards dictionary, everything you put in a dictionary is always key value pair. Keys have to be unique, values can be duplicated or values can repeat. Okay, right. Keep this in mind. And we are going to jump into our very first program related to Python, Rhombus. So let's have a look at this. If I notice here, I can notice that I've made three variables, as you could see. The first variable is holding an integer, no decimal point, no. The second variable has a decimal point, so it's a float. And the beauty of Python is that it can hold a complex number. Complex number has two parts: the real part, which is 10, and the imaginary part, which is with the j. So as regards this variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, what I can notice is that all of them are supported, because when I printed them, I can see an integer, a float, and a complex number getting printed. Note one very small tiny thing, although you may not feel it important right now, but it is important. Whenever you print a complex number, it prints it as a bracket. These brackets are important. They are trying to tell us that Python considers a complex number, real and imaginary part, as one unit. Python is not considering it to be a separate thing. It's considering it to be as one single unit. Let's look at the next program. I've declared three variables, var1, 2, and 3, as you could see. I have printed all the variables. Now I am deleting them because I don't think I need them. So how do you delete a variable? You use a del command to delete a variable. And moment you delete a variable, you are actually releasing the space in the computer memory, which was given to that particular variable. So in short, if I have deleted var1 here, I can delete multiple variables in one go also. And I've deleted var2 and var3 here. Okay, now what is the proof that these variables are deleted? Best proof is you can print them. You should get the error. So if I print var1 or var2 or var3, I should get the error. Now look, initially all the three variables were there, so I could print them. But moment I went on for deleting the three variables, so they are not there anymore. So obviously if I try and print on the 14th line, I should get an error. Yes, you will. So whenever you refer a variable which is not defined or has been deleted, remember, you're going to get a name error. Okay? Yeah. So I'm waiting for 30 seconds now. Please try out this program of creating the variables and deleting them. Please try out. This program done, you will say del done. You will say del done on the chat. Don't say done. Say del done. Shall I come to know what you have done? I hope more people are executing the programs with me. So others should also respond. And the purpose of making a collab notebook is very simple so that you can execute and learn the basics of Python very easily without actually opening the command prompt. But the situation won't be easy for tomorrow, because as regards tomorrow, we are going to have the database programming done. For that, we all will have to code on the command prompt itself. So in case if some people having inconvenience, then we'll possibly discuss with the backend team of how they can help them. Okay. So a lot of people are saying well done. Very good. Okay, now let me quickly summarize of what kind of errors you got at what points of time. And let me see how much of it you are able to remember. Let us see that. So what I can see is what errors we saw. We saw type error, right? We just saw a name error right now, right? We saw a value error. I'm emphasizing them is because if you know what error comes at what point of time, you will learn the language better, right? So as regards type error, name error, and value error is these three what we have seen. And trust me, friends, these are the most important errors which keep happening. I think somebody has just come on the link now, so late. So if I look at the name error, which you just now saw right now, this is going to happen when we access a undefined variable, a variable that is not defined, or rather a variable that has got deleted. You try to access that. Value error is going to happen when you are assigning more than required data, assigning more than required or a wrong type of data, more than required data. Remember unpacking wala problem? And what the type error happens? Type error would happen, actually, to be very honest, when you're trying to misuse a multi-line or a single line statement. So this is a more generic thing. This happens many times. Type error happens for many times. So I'll put it as generic. Okay. So you have to type with me, don't worry. There's only no typing along with me, Dr. Kirti. You can just keep listening to me because this is a like session on, unfortunately, session on the Google Meet, so it's not recorded. That's the reason I'm again and again little concerned, and I'm asking that are you executing along with me or not, right? Okay, so you can copy paste this, whatever I put it on the chat, you can copy paste this and dump it onto a notepad plus plus file and save it. Okay, right. So let's look at the next thing. Now I'm going on to Python strings. Okay, so let's say that I've defined a Python string over here. Okay, I've defined some Python string here. Whenever you define a Python string, let me take this string and put it on a much wider screen. It's more neater, more broader, right? Let's have a look at this. Okay. Now, I've got a string over here. Let me take this string, Python @ FDP. Now, please think about this. You have got a string. If you say str, obviously you are planning to print the whole string. If you say str of 0, you are only printing the 0th character of the string, only the 0th character, that is p. Uh, if you wish to print some characters of the string, not all, you wish to print some characters of the string, then that operation is called as slicing. Slicing word कहाँ से आया? Imagine if I give you a big piece of cake and there is a group of friends sitting in the staff room. What would you do? You divide them into small slices, right? So same thing is here. You don't want to eat the entire string. Imagine this is a cake. You don't want to eat the entire thing. So you're going to divide this into small pieces, or which are called as slices. So whenever you give any string, that I want the characters from the mth position up to the nth position. It will not go up to the nth position. It is going to go to n minus 1. So let's say that if you write 2:7, 2:7, it won't print from 2 to 7. It's going to print from 2 to 7 minus 1, which is 6. With the 6 character here, let's figure it out. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth symbol is @ symbol. So it is going to start from the second character, that is T, and it's going to go up till @ symbol. Okay, we will see by running this code. Further, I can notice print str2:, where 2:, corresponds to that you are starting from second character up to the last, because you're not given any last character, no? End position is not given. So you will naturally go from second up to the last. If you don't give any start position, then it is going to start from the 0th character and go up till 8 minus 1, which is 7th character. In Python, if you use multiplication symbol over the string, it means you want to repeat the string 2 times. And if you use plus symbol, then it means you want to concat the strings. So you are concating the string with the word technology. Okay, let me run this code on my command prompt once. Let me run this code on the command prompt once. So please have a careful look. We just discussed now 2:7, it will start from the second character and go up to the 6th character, and the 6th character happens to be this symbol @. So please notice, see, it goes from second character, that is T, and goes up to @ symbol. The multiplication symbol has repeated the string str 2 times. See over here, Python @FDP, again Python @FDP. It came twice. And last, the plus symbol with the work of concatenation. Yes, it did. Have a look. Python @FDP, and it concatenated the word technology. Okay, right? So I would request you to make the changes in your code, Python @FDP, and please run this cell. So Python @FDP program done. Done in a sense, not only running, done in a sense that you should be able to compare also that भाई यहाँ पर मैंने क्या इंडेक्स डाले हैं और accordingly मुझे यहाँ पर आउटपुट आया कि नहीं. You should satisfy your mind. If it is done, say slicing done, because this is testing slicing, no? If this is done, say slicing done. Okay, that's very good. So slicing is done. That's very nice. I'm sure many people would be having questions that what if I use a negative slice? What's going to happen? Yeah. So let me go with the flow. Hmm. And when I come to a time which is little comfortable, I would allow you people to ask me questions. After I finish with list, I'm going to open the doubt windows also. Okay. Now after the string, I'm looking at the list. Once I finish the list data structure, I'm going to allow all of you or any one of you to come on to audio and please come and ask me your doubts. Either you can ask your doubts on the chat or you can ask via audio, whichever you feel comfortable. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Python list is very similar to the concept of arrays in C or in Java. Very, very similar. So let me pick up this entire thing from here, put it out over here.